Good evening, everyone. This is T-Mac for T-Mac's American Experience. Okay, we're out here again. We're looking for the Lake Erie Sasquatch. Okay, we're also looking for wildlife, the signs of wildlife, especially the predator activity. Okay, we'll be using thermal video, we'll be using audio, and we'll be using every tool I got to see what we can find tonight. Epically creepy, but since this place is so good, I had to come back. It's large, this area. I'm gonna pan this away from me here. So this is an interactive hiking adventure. We are doing an investigation. I need your help with this. We're exploring this area that is close to 3,600 acres of a Pennsylvania state gameland. Pennsylvania state gameland number 314. We're in a different area, about probably 2 miles away from where I did the previous hike. We're up along the lake shore right now, but we're going to be heading in south. Okay, you can hear some of the wave activity there, and if you watch that little drone video I did, it is beautiful. There was a beautiful sunset tonight, which I missed most of it because I was getting ready for a hike. Alrighty, so get ready for an adventure. We're going to fire up the O-light, but we got it on about half setting because we're heading off on an adventure here. We don't know how long this is going to be. Okay, so if you see something, you hear something, say something. Remember, if you like these videos, please share them around. I say clear skies, 34 degrees right now. Winds light and variable, the way I like them. I've been hearing noises all over here. Plus, we're hearing the waves in the background. I got to turn the audio on, which I actually, before I take off, I'm going to head back over by my car here and set up. I'm going to show you. Someone else did this. The last place that we were, seen somebody put those onions and grapes. Somebody put onions all over here. I'm not sure who's doing that or why. Dropping a comment. What the heck animals come after onions that people would be setting them out in parking areas like this? I say parking areas, but there's not much else to this here. I got to turn the lamp on. Here we're going to hear. I'm going to go over some of our noise pollution. Okay, we will hear trains. There's two railroad tracks that run through this area, with a third close by, the port of Conneaut close by too. You'll hear some, probably what you'd say is industrial noises, possibly from that. We're a little bit further away from there than last time, but we still might hear it. Okay, we're obviously near the lake where you can hear the waves. There's that kind of a noise. Well, we'll get in away from it. But once we're up close to the shoreline, you hear the lake. And this is a flight path for the Erie International Airport. This is East Springfield, Pennsylvania. 25 minutes from the Erie International Airport. There are flight paths here, so we'll have planes coming over here, coming in for landings. So with that said, I'm going to click on, okay, audio's clicked on this time. And I was trying to recharge everything because I just did the hike last night and we had beautiful weather for tonight. Can't pass it up. Tried to get John to go with me, but he unfortunately had some other plans and he'll be working a whole bunch. So he's got to work what's called a hell week, where he's got to do a night shift and in a 24-hour span turn around and do day shift. And so he's got a ways before he's got days off again after tonight. So that's what it takes. He makes the electricity for a lot of our chemical plants that make a lot of the products that all of us enjoy are made actually over around here in Ohio, the Ohio side there. All right, but enough on that. Okay. I scouted out this. I didn't actually physically, I scouted it out on my maps. So I didn't actually physically walk this in the daytime. I have actually never been here. down this path. I've been on this road, but I've never went down this path. So here's one of the signs, so I'll show you. Again, there's a lot of wetlands here. Now, one of the things I always do, again, because I don't just believe my federal government is lying to us and stealing from us, but I think our state and locals are too. Okay, so some of the background on this area. I went through every website. They make no mention of bears being here. However, my first time I went to video here a year ago, I stepped out of the car and the first thing I ran into before I could even get the camera on was a black bear. Okay. So, we obviously know they're here, but the Pennsylvania government does not admit it. And that's what I say is, when I go out here to prove that, and that's why I say the wildlife, I think our governments, state and federal, and the locals kind of follow along. I don't know if they know exactly what they're doing, but they follow along with what the state and federal does. Just they hide things from us. What is really in the woods? And that's one of the things we're doing and what we're investigating on these hikes. We're investigating what will you really encounter. Okay. So again, predator activity, the wildlife, signs of the wildlife, and say our Bigfoot, Grassman, Yeti, Sasquatch, whatever you feel like calling it, whatever threw the darn boulders that I caught being tossed at me the other night. It's a different area, but it is a lot of wetlands. We're gonna come back here, see what we can find. So with that said, I'm gonna try to keep talking to a minimum. But dude, this is freaking creepy already. Now, if you look at this at night, and you know it just walks in, we're over 4 miles from the closest house. If you look at this and say this is not creepy, then there's something wrong with you. I would be less creeped out if I was walking through this carrying the gun in my hand instead of the camera. Now, we've had some bad storms, and that's got a lot of these trees down. Driving in here, I seen a large herd of deer. Couldn't get my camera ready in time to capture them. This pathway looks like they need to do some work on this. All this is down over the path, and it is swampy back here. You can see other people have been back through here. So what happened the last time when you seen it was snowing at the end of the video? Yes, it continued lake effect snow, and we ended up getting measurable snow again. Cars were covered, the grass was covered. Okay, so I got 2 ways to go here. I have come to a fork in the road, and as Yogi Berra says, when you come to the fork in the road, take it. Okay, I'm gonna hit this area, but we'll make a note on that one. So this is supposed to be a down and back, what I looked at. So I think I'm going the right way. Okay, you guys know what trains sound like, so I'm not gonna tell you every time there's a train going by, because it'll probably be like every 15 minutes. We're a little bit further away, but we're still gonna hear them really loud. You can hear the water flowing over here. Again, this is a lot of wetlands, swamps. marshes. Now, I gotta say already, okay, I do remember seeing this. I am on the right trail. Because I reconned this through Google Earth. Said 34 degrees. I think it might be a touch colder than that, or the temperature is dropping fast because my thermal top end is showing about, it hit up to 25 degrees at once, but it's been hovering around closer to 20. Look at how thick all this is. I mean, like massively thick. I'll talk in a little bit about some of this place. Right now, like I said, if you're not feeling creeped, it's only because you're not here with me. I'm looking there because I think I may have a thermal hit deep in there, but I can't tell. I'm gonna just move along. Beautiful clear skies, Orion's belt. Orion system is right up above us there. Now last night we had the peep frogs. Were sounding off. I don't hear any of them tonight. Maybe a little too cold for them. I think that is a little bit of some sort of a hornet's nest or something there. Paper wasps or something. Yep, those trains are going to be going all night. Another one had a bit of a wider path, but look how thick this dang woods is. And this is closer in on me. Tried to check to see if if I had a cell signal to do lives out here, and sadly, no. I do have a signal, but it's a weak one. My vehicle has Wi-Fi, so I could do a live while I'm standing by the vehicle, but that's it. Now on the side here is almost like a bunch of larger ponds, and connecting as a stream to a creek. And what I had last night when I was out here, I kept hearing, for lack of better words, voices. I did review some of that, and I caught some kind of a weird growl that I didn't hear in person. No, I'm not going to tell you where it's at on there. Hopefully you guys found it. If you didn't, then you need to go back and rewatch that. Part 1 of that. This area has it all. Lots of water, wetlands, lots of woods, seclusion, not a lot of people. Just right for large animals to thrive and hide. This is a little bit swampy, muddy, because we got all that snow last night and then it melted off in the daytime. So again, I'm north of the position I was in, what I did the other videos, and I'm traveling. This is a south, so it's a north-south path. The other one I was on was an east-west path. For the most part, it had a few bends. This one should be a straight down. I'll come to an end, and then I'll turn and go back. Switch hands. My hand is freezing off here. I got the gloves on, but dang, is it cold. You see, we got places we could branch off here. I'd swear that maybe I should have been up on that other side there. I may have mixed them up. But this is actually better. I want to be up by the water. I'm going to get a good view of this. Hole there. Jeez. And that looks really deep, really deep. So that way's back towards the car. I'm going to press further this way. Okay, got to try to conserve this battery a bit. I'm sniffing again. Gosh darn it. Okay. I just gotta say, listen to how quiet it is. Not exactly sure how much further this goes. See, there's our pond. So I think the path kind of breaks down here. Now, I gotta say, with this pond gonna be along the side of my path for quite a bit, what's the over-under on something getting tossed in the water tonight? This water is running on the edges there, close to 40 degrees, still chilly. I hear something. Whistle. I hear something whistling. Okay, I wasn't expecting a whistle. Now, I do want to say, you'll see a red light through those trees. At times, that's a cell tower off in the distance. That whistle was creepy. Like, epically creepy. I gotta turn my back to walk away from it. I don't like doing that right now. There goes. Right here. A little bit of that sounds like that might be a solo peep frog. That one is right there, but the other one was a little different. I don't know, that was a different noise. It's unsettling to be whistled at when you're alone in the woods. See a little mouse there. My thermal's even picking up on it. Down in there. Moving around. Get down here to the end, and we're going to set off the predator collar. Just had a weird, it's freezing out. I just had a very weird warm blast hit my face. Just a quick bit of warm air, just, I mean, like really warm. Hits my face and then gone. Now what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to set the camera down because I can't hold everything and work this at the same time, is I'm going to get the predator collar going. So I'm gonna fold out the tripod here. And we're gonna set it so you got a decent view. And you're just right below my feet. We're going to try cottontail in distress. Okay, ready? Cottontail in distress. 3, 2, 1. Get ready, this is loud. We're going to blast that one more time. Cottontail in distress. Get ready, this is loud. 3, 2, 1. Dude, I'm hearing something. This way. I heard something that sounded big. I can hear the sound from the harbor. That's that hum. But I'm hearing something over top of it. Okay. Yeah, I'm struggling with my hands wanting to freeze off tonight. few degrees colder. I don't know, it was this cold last night, but seems a little bit more challenging. I swore I heard something, but can't make out what. Again, I'm anticipating probably getting some sort of splash, whether it's an animal scurrying into the water or something being thrown. It's a pretty cool place back here, though. You think? I can see the steam coming up off the water because it's a little bit, the water's warmer than the air. I apologize, I had to set the camera down because I start fumbling with equipment too much. I just don't have the free hand to do that with. Sorry, because I do feel like I'm hearing stuff faintly. I'm not hearing like something's like right up next to me. It's something I wish I could have a few of my teammates with me on, just only because of the size of the area, the amount of wildlife in this area, the reports, all that kind of stuff. me say, no, I was looking at the other side of this. Now I know it's that pond on the other side over there. And now these are all thorns that are still tamped down some, but they're going to pop back up. See, that was where I went the other time. We're going to stay on this trail. And we're going to stay along the water edge. I haven't seen any signs. These are holes right here and right here that I'm trying to, almost stepping in. Haven't seen any signs of like beaver chews, because that would be instantly what I would try to look for first here. Is there beaver in here? And is our whistler still around here? There's lots of these little holes and everything right up here. I gotta really try to watch my step. You see, this is expansive here. Trying to cover both sides of this. This is an area I'm cranking the light up all the way on. Now usually you'd think we'd see a lot of frogs in here too. And yes, I've been hearing all those peep frogs, and it's, 35 degrees out. It's just an airplane going over. And this is I think it's a really good area, even though we're not hearing much. Dude, this place just is, I think it's really cool. Scenic looking. Look at, it's weird how there's like chunks of dirt sticking up in that. That is odd. I don't. Okay. How's that happen? Does anyone know? So yeah, there's these random long bogs and everything and swamps all back here, wetlands. And I'll explain that a little bit more. Got some steam coming off of this. Explain that a little bit more when I get up and out of here. Last chance if something wants to throw something at me here. Look at, there's holes all up here. I'm trying to give something every, on the other side there. Battery's not working as well. Can't really tell what that is. Yeah, I'm perplexed. No frogs back here. I mean, it's cold. Maybe they're staying underwater a little bit. Sorry, switching hands. Gotta switch hands because the one holding the camera starts to freeze off. So this and every other video, one thing I want you to remember is just because I say goodbye, stand by, there may be supplementals. Because a lot of times driving out, I end up catching more wildlife than on the hike. So that little pond thing like that, I don't know if that's it might be a beaver pond, it might not be. I don't see a mound in the middle. Usually they got their den, the dead center. We definitely covered it thoroughly. There's just nothing around there tonight. But I do gotta say, this is a snapshot. What the heck? Oh, there's some, it's like snow fencing back there. That's weird. Like, why would you put up snow fencing? This water on the ground here is starting to freeze over, so it's getting a little crunchy. aircraft going over top. Okay, what I want to do here is let's climb up here. Let's see what we got up here. This one's like almost empty. You can see my bank here. Yeah, on the map this showed like it was all water through here. But this is like cut off. It's like dried up. Thought I heard a hiss. A hiss or a breath or something. Boy, oh boy. And you can see where that's banked. Like it's supposed to be filled and it's not like the other side is. Huh. It's interesting. Where again I heard like a breathy voice. I'm gonna have to review this audio. Maybe that's just me. I can't verify what I'm hearing. So don't do anything for effect. Okay. So I'm saying I'm hearing something. It's because I'm actually hearing something. But again, we're investigating, which means we're going to test things out like, you know, evidence going before a jury. So what I'm telling you is hearsay. Okay? And maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's in my mind. Again, I'm as human as anyone else. Now, interesting to note, here we are, you know, we're on the northern shore of Lake Erie. Okay, just the type of climate. This 3,600 acre place, they said 18 point some percent, so close to 20% of it is alpine or evergreen, which I think is interesting to note. Because the way this is, man, the way this is built up, like this almost looks like, I don't know, man-made. But I didn't see anything on there about why that would be. We're going to climb up here. Let's get to high ground. Do a 6 check. Again, that bends quite a way. You hear that humming in the background? That's from the Conneaut Harbor. It is the closest, what you'd say is, entity where there is life to this place. doing a little research on the history of this place, and this area extends across the state line into Conneaut, Ohio. Sounds like there's a car driving back here with its stereo booming. Yeah, I can literally hear the beat of music. One's got to question why, but we're gonna dim the light. Let's just kill it completely. I don't want anyone seeing me back here. Yeah, they're driving by. Who does this? Who drives out? If you could see how, like, isolated. These are what you'd call roads to nowhere out here. You're driving down a road to nowhere with your music blasting. It's a dirt road, and there's lots of deer that run out in front of you on these roads. So you'd have to be suicidal to drive fast on these roads. I am hearing something hoot. I think we got an owl or something. And the only thing with those people driving by, I'm starting to be concerned about my car because it's sitting there unguarded. Okay. Oh, snap. Did you hear that? That was a rock. Where did that come from? It nailed up high in a tree. You guys had to have heard that. Drop in the comments there. Dude. A lot of the times I get this as I'm turning to leave. They start doing things like, hey, don't go. You're our entertainment. This is muddy, really muddy. Thank God for the mucks. Battery's dying. I gotta do a switch over. I'm gonna run this till it dies and then put it away and go with the Power Tech. Good night, man. The rock. You hear clearly hit the tree. I hear a lone peep frog over here. Looks like we got some ducks over here. Those might be Canadians. We'll get up and find out. What is that swimming in the water? I think we got a beaver. Right there. That's a beaver. The water draining there. Okay. Yeah, those are Canadians right there, and then we got a beaver right over here. Hey, leave it to Beaver. You know I have to do Gen X references. Leave it to Beaver. Don't come running out here. I got to do a Jeff Foxworthy quote here. If you had your nipple bitten off by a beaver, you might be a redneck. So I don't know if he's got a den over here. I'm waiting for him to do a tail slap. There's Hattie's Canadians. She sends her spies out to check on me. Those are her friends. You'll see Hattie in the comment section. So we do got beaver over here. That is a good sign, and it does look like stuff has been coming up through here. I can see. They're busy little guys. Did say there's a lot of muskrats around here too. So I just heard kind of like a thump that direction. They're just sitting there nice and quiet. Okay. We'll get to a different angle here. Get over this. So this is definitely a beaver pond. I can hear a few peeps. Just listen to watching our Canadians here a little bit. I will have to tell her I ran into her friends again. Okay, just switch hands here. was saying we might check out that way, but I don't know where that goes. So honestly, I think that time we're at. Ooh. Just heard sounded like a who, like an owl. Hope you guys can hear that. Oh, we got some sort of a hoot owl over here. I see our Canadians still hooting. Canadians are moving out away from the shore. I'm hearing all kinds of noises over this way. Brighten this up here, man. Okay. Oh, we got an owl on there too. So that, I'll have to recon that a little more. Maybe another time. Again, this is a pretty cool area. I do like it. We gotta keep listening. We're not out of the woods yet. But I wanted to, because I've got some areas back there I want to check out. I don't recall seeing these. Okay. It's weird, I had a warm spot hit me in the face again. And we got another pond area up here. Jeez! Here went something splashing in the water. I think that was that sounded like an animal though. We may have a beaver over here too. That did not sound like a rock hitting. It sounded like a water animal diving in. But that was one of the things I said would probably happen. It would say either something thrown in or a critter running in. I was going to say, if you're looking at some of these pathways and this, how the shape of this land is, and you feel like you've just walked off some farmland, okay, you would not be crazy. And to the early existence of this place, this area was a lot of farmlands, and you can tell where a lot of the houses were. They're still put the driveways for the parking here, but there's these giant trees right in the front by them, and that's where the houses used to be. There was a whole community back here and on the east side of Conneaut. If you look on the map, these are connected. But there, this was bought by Carnegie Steel, then transferred over when they were bought out by U.S. Steel. It was intended on being a super steel factory up here, right on the port where all the iron ore comes in. It never materialized, but see, we got some of the off flow of the water up here. Right there. That little box. It must be to keep this from overflowing. Okay, so what I was saying is, and during the 40s and 50s, all the farms ended up being abandoned. The land they turned over into these areas here because, I've mentioned this before. There goes my predator collar. Hold on a second here, let me grab this. Tuck that back in. Okay. Said that this area gets so much precipitation it's classed as rainforest. The farms were abandoned because it was too wet, and then the makeup of the land made it just right for all these marshes and swamps, hemlock swamps, all that. And so that's why it ended up being abandoned back here and turned over into these gamelands. So, yes, at one point, this was actually farmland. Now, I gotta tell you, you see how far we are off the road? And yet when that car was going by, we were back even further. And you could hear their darn music. It's a quiet night, so, I mean, the sound travels. So, sorry, I'm going to do a 6 check. Oh, my thermal. My thermal died. I don't know why. I had it charged up. My thermals went dead. That's not good. That is not a good thing. So yeah, without that thermal going, I definitely am ready to get out of here. And these little boxes and everything. The poles were here over for something else, but the little boxes, private citizens put those up. I'm kind of ticked that my thermal went out. I keep trying to look for that. I had it completely charged before I left. Actually delayed leaving to get this charged up. Well, that means I probably won't waste my time releasing the thermal because it's not a complete video now. Look how deep these ruts are. I'm hitting some warm spots. It's weird. And there's paths all over back here. I can actually hear the sounds of the lake, Lake Erie, that is. Those waves. So, now I'm headed in the right direction. Yep, there's our creepy exit. Got some little pussy willows there. I don't know why I like showing them. They're just cool. I'm not out of here yet, but I'm just thinking about the stuff I need to review on this. We definitely have some good evidence to go over. The whistle and then the rock throw are the most unsettling points. Here's our road up here. You're gonna see me get all the way to the car because, dude, this place is epic in its creepiness. I don't know if you feel that or not, but I sure do. There's a small strip of woods on the other side there, and then the Lake Erie shore. We came out in a different spot, so we gotta take a left here, find the car. Like I said, if you can walk just down the dirt roads here, it'd be creepy. You can see, you'll see through here. I don't know if you're going to see them now. There, that light, that little red light, that's the Conneaut Lighthouse. You can see the lighthouse from here. Which is kind of cool. The battery's about to go dead. I'm sorry, but I got a 6 check. I'm on the road, but we ain't out of the woods, as you can obviously see. So I guess I veered off quite a ways. You see, you got just a little bit up that way. This is the lake shore. And I'm gonna click on the headlamp so that if the whole light's about to go dead, because I didn't switch, it ran through the battery pack and I didn't switch it out. Switch it to another battery, and I'm just gonna leave it on high until it goes. include a movie title here. Dude, where's my car? Lake Erie, as you may well know, is like an inland sea. Okay, it's all fresh water, but literally ocean lake. 7th largest freshwater or body of water in the world. And of the 5 Great Lakes, it has the most shipwrecks on it. Lake Erie is mean. And we got some the water flowing up here. Yep. Okay, there's where we went in at right there. So that means the car's right up ahead. This is why I kept it on, because we diverted from the path. I can see the glimmer off of my front lights there. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes, that's where we walked in at. Now, if you see, like I said, where I'm parked, I do, even though I got kind of the lake, but we got a wooded area there. This is definitely not like a secure parking area. If you understand, I don't know if you understand what I mean with that. All right, we made it back safely. Thank you for coming along with me. Drop your comments in here, what you think of the place, the stuff. Did you hear the things I heard? Some of them maybe yes, some of them no. My predator collar's wanting to fall out on me again. So, alrighty. All right. So from the north shores of Lake Erie in extreme northwest Pennsylvania, at Gameland 314 in East Springfield, Pennsylvania. This is T-Mac for T-Mac's American Experience with no thermal, signing off.